pour the liquid, and then you pop it back up to seal it.
Mm-hmm.
Magic's mystery sound.
So you think it's the opening of a thermos flask?
I would pop out on a thermos flask.
It's worth £30,000.
30 grand.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Please win it.
What colour is the thermos?
Silver.
Wind up,
Yeah,
merchants.
little black.
Can you give me the answer one more time so we can get this down on the official record?
Okay, it's...
Oh!
That's harsh.
That's harsh, and I'm sorry.
Sorry about that, Sharon. It was a great guess.
I once knew what the mystery sound was on Magic's Mystery Sound. This was about 10 years ago when I was the driver for a construction company, and I was always in the van, so I was always listening to radio, LBC, Magic FM, Smooth. I would plug my phone in, listen to the music off that. But yeah, 10 years ago, and I think I knew what the Magic Mystery Sound was. And I would listen to the radio every day, like I say, as I was driving around. And when it came on, I think the very first time when something just clicks, you know it instantly. When it came on and they played the sound, obviously you put your windows up, you make sure the cabin is as quiet as possible, you don't make a noise, and then they play it. And as soon as they played it, it just clicked. I thought to myself, I know exactly what that is. And I don't know why, but I never phoned up. I was always kind of in the van, driving around. I would stop at petrol stations. I would get a sandwich. I would buy a newspaper. I'd buy a drink. I'd sit and I'd wait for my next call, because I was always on call to go and deliver materials to building sites. And I would sit there and I would just do other things, like eat the sandwich, drink the drink, read the newspaper. But I would never call in. And every day, because I started so early all the time, at around this time now, which is 10 to 9, at around whatever time it was that Magic FM would do the Magic's Mystery Sound, I would always just listen. Because I had this thing where I knew what it was, so all I wanted to do was keep hearing it, just to make sure, because they don't let so many people play the game. You know, I think it's like 1 a day. Maybe it was 2 a day. I'm not sure. But I never wanted to phone in. I don't know why. Just, I can't say what it was. Just this feeling of not wanting to commit to it. Read into that what you will. So I thought I knew what it was, and it was the sound of that was the noise it made. Slightly less tinny than what I can do. The only way I can describe it is but a bit more gooey, a bit more gluey. And the sound was the noise a post-it note makes when it's being peeled off the deck. So you've got a deck of post-it notes, you peel it off, and that was the noise. That was the Magic's Mystery Sound. It lasted all of a millisecond, but that was it. And the first time I heard that, I knew what it was. I can't remember what the guesses were that people were phoning in to say they thought it was, but I don't think anyone got it. The prize back then, I think, was about 10 grand. So I could have stood to have won 10 grand back then, which would have been probably, at that time, I think it was, you know, more than half of my annual salary. So I should have phoned up. The one they've got going right now, again, it sounds familiar, but I just can't put my my finger on what it might be. Someone phoned in the other day with probably the best guess that I've heard, which is when you put a coffee capsule into a coffee machine and do the action of putting the coffee into the machine, because it's like a, and obviously you've got to try and think about what the Magic's Mystery Sound is in terms of what the crew who are doing it can record. So they're not going to go out of their way, you know, go out to a mountain, climb up to the top to record a sound which no one's really going to know what it is. They're going to do it in situ in their office to create this game. But they've got a good one, and it's been going on for a few weeks now, but I can't put my hand on what it might be. You know, people phone in and say, is it the noise of a CD case being closed? Is it the noise you make when you put a CD into the case and you clip it down into the middle? Having a bad hair day here. But yeah, it's a good game. At the moment, the prize is 30 G's. You can go on the website and have a look at the sounds that they have previously had thrown at them, which have failed. I like it. I wonder who's going to get it. It's one of those games that once the person has got it right, everyone's going to know what the sound is. I would like them to explain a bit more about what it actually could be, and is the duration of the sound they're playing the thing this sound makes in its entirety, or is it a part of a larger sound? Because if it is, then that's a bit trickier. But if this is the sound that something makes from the beginning of its action to the end, then it narrows it down. It's got a very kind of subdued, thuddy, clicky sound. So it's not two sharp objects meeting. It's the noise that something makes when it's being pushed onto or into something, and that's what I think. But yeah, don't know what it is yet. Go on the website, have a little look, and yeah, hopefully someone's gonna win 30 grand, make their life a bit better. I know 30 grand would get my life going. I'd put that on a house. That, with what I've got saved, I'd buy the shittiest, cheapest house I could find, hold some of that 30 grand back to actually do something to the house, and then I would begin a property empire. On another note, Lando seems to be better now. He's not sick anymore. He is running around chasing his ball. He's eating all his food. He's drinking loads of water. He looks great. I think what he needed to do was just purge himself of whatever was in his system when he felt bad. But he's looking well. Gonna have to text the dog walker this morning to let him know that it's all guns blazing, full steam ahead. Take Lando out for a proper walk today, get him exercised, and yeah, things are looking up for the little fella. So yeah, happy about that. Woo! I've been waiting for so long. So that's it, another drive into work, success. Let it be known that I knew what the magic mystery sound was, albeit 10 years ago. Whew. See you later.